It's Tracy, and I'm here to wish you a happy Monday. Although, truthfully, I'm here on a Saturday. This is such a beautiful morning, and I was a little concerned having to drive down into the valley this morning that the traffic and the snow might make the drive challenging, but it didn't. We have a lovely, probably 36, 38 degrees, just above freezing. And I'm here at Old Trail School. What's it called? Countryside Conservancy has a farmer's market here every Saturday from 9 to noon, and today I came down to teach yoga from 9 to 10, family style, so it was a lot of laughter and a lot of fun, and I thought I'd video clip this, share it with you on Monday, and give you the opportunity to put it on your calendar for next Saturday. What a great little stop to prepare for your Christmas Eve and Christmas Day dinners, meals, lunches, whatever. Tons of great vegetables here, fresh meats, all responsibly raised, and gluten-free options for folks. I don't know, fabulous blends of teas or something for everybody. And also a knife sharpener, so you can bring your knives down and get those sharpened for the holidays. So a lot to love for me this morning, and a word box for us together. So let's see what we have to think about this week heading into the holidays themselves. Picking one here, and it says clarity. So clarity makes me think, clearing the mind, cutting through some of the mental fog. I get a little mental fog when I don't eat quite right, so I've been enjoying a lot of treats, and as I mentioned, there's a lot to enjoy here today. I think today would be a good day for me to work on clarity, and I'm going to take us into some inversions to do that. When we want to clear the mind, sometimes bringing in fresh blood, hanging the body upside down is helpful. Now, in a lot of yoga classes I've been in, the teachers will just offer an opportunity for inversion with very minimal instruction. And that's fine, especially for those of us who are seasoned and we have inversions in our practice. But for a lot of folks, they're left a little lost. So let me take a few minutes today just to share, say 3 alternatives to doing a headstand, a handstand, or a forearm stand. So let me offer you 3 modifications to a full inversion that will still bring the fresh blood down, quiet the nervous system, and offer you some clarity and clear-minded shift. So the first I'm going to offer for those who might want to strengthen towards a handstand or a headstand. Those who might think, well, a headstand or a handstand is in my future, but I'm not quite there yet. Or perhaps, perhaps today is just not the kind of day where you want to go all the way upside down. What you can do to develop strength is take a dolphin pose. So I'm going to start in all fours, and then I'm going to drop to my forearms. Now my forearms are parallel to the side of my mat. My fingers are splayed, and I'm active in my base. This part is going to be my base. The forearms down, the hands pressing down. That needs to be active. I'm gonna curl my toes and lift my hips, and I'm gonna walk my feet forward. So I can do one of 2 things. I can either let my head hang or lift my eyes to the fingertips. But in either case, I'm pushing down super hard into my forearms. That's the strengthening part. That's the part that's going to get me into my forearm stand or a headstand someday. That's the part that brings up heat and can be a little bit challenging. So I might decide that today is a 10 breath day or today's a 20 breath day. I may creep a little closer to make it more challenging. As I creep closer, the belly engages and the hips start to float up higher. And this is my someday practice. This is my not today, but this is how it's gonna go if someday I want to come up to my forearms or my head. So you might think that's a little too much for me today, Tracy, and I hear you. So an alternative for that would be to come to your feet and take a ragdoll. I'm gonna do it a little at a side for you. I'm taking my feet, knife edges parallel to the side of the mat, about hip distance, which is a measurement of 2 fists right between my big toe mounds. Now you see, I bent my knees. Most of us will need to do that. So just bend your knees generously. let your belly come onto your thighs. Tuck your chin and let your head dangle. And then I can take opposite hand to opposite elbow and hang. I can interlace my hands at the low back and rinse my shoulders and hang. I can let the backs of my hands rest on the ground. If I can't reach the ground, I can use a block or my word box. The weight's going to tip forward and the butt's going to press up. And so I've got a little more space here that I can offer. But much better to bend the knees more and keep the low back flat than to be in a curled position here that puts pressure into the low back. So do experiment. Come down, scoop the sit bones up, and feel for your fold. One more option, and that is legs up a wall. So I'm going to lie back on my back. If you have a block, bring it with you. I'm not going to rest my body weight on the word box. That's too much. I'm just going to use my hands today. But if you have a block, you can place it under your low back. So on your back, feet up over the hips. I'm going to lift up and you can put your block under. I'm going to put my hands under and bring the feet up over the hips. And this would be an inversion, draining the fluid from the lower body down to the upper body. The higher the block, which doesn't have to be very high at all, creates a little bit of an angle in the spinal line and brings the fluid down towards the heart. So this, another opportunity for inversion. So yeah, when we turn upside down, a number of things happen. First of all, the heart is higher than the head, and that triggers the nervous system to calm and to relax. So inversions are considered restorative. They are considered a way to settle you down rather than excite you up. So that's nice for this time of year. They bring fresh blood into the head, which is all about the clarity, right? Seeing things for what they really are, coming out of the foggy mindedness so that you're spot on point, things are crystal clear to you. That's all really helpful for this time of the year. And the other thing I like about inversions is that they put the head lower than the heart. And so most of the time we're upright and our head is in charge of our lives. You know, we're thinking, we're doing, this is the way it's going to be, and we've got like this control center running our world. But when I drop my head lower than my heart, the heart's higher than the head, it reminds me that my life might, I might be better served to live from my heart and to let the heart guide me and lead me, a little less cognizant, a little more compassionately, spiritually led in life. So another way to find some clarity this week, and that's what I have for you. So I hope that serves you well, and I will just say namaste. Check out the farmers market next Saturday. Maybe you'll see me here. Bye-bye. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh.